Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. Elimination Chamber coming up right around the corner tomorrow. We got a last-minute ad to the pay-per-view. This wasn't promoted on Monday Night Raw at all, but just put up there on Twitter like, here you go. This is, of course, going to be Broken Matt Hardy going up against none other than Bray Wyatt. The two crazies of WWE going to be going at it. If you can remember back to Raw 25, I believe this was the first time that we actually saw this match in a WWE ring, besides for if you went to the WWE 205 Live tour that was running over the Northeast a few months back. That was where you got to see that match. I thought that honestly it was going to be something that was going to be highlighted either with the singles match at the Royal Rumble or have basically their own sort of moment inside of the Royal Rumble, but we did not get that. At Raw 25, we had Bray Wyatt beating Matt Hardy. Nothing really big involved in the match at all. It was one of those matches that actually went down at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And I just remember being really hyped for it and, not really getting anything out of it at all and just wondering what these guys are doing in the last, few months. Or I guess it's been a month since Raw 25. They haven't really built on this feud at all. It's sort of why it's surprisingly that we're going back to this. There's a lot of rumors out there, basically, of people guessing what's going to be going on in this match. Some people saying that the Broken Universe is going to be coming to WWE. In the last month, we've seen Jeremy Borash, somebody who really helped out with the Hardys, making all of those videos for TNA, making all of those big matches, for them come true and come to fruition on the big screen. He's come over to WWE. He's going to be in the fold. We've got Jeff Hardy, who is coming back from his injury, and it looks like he's going to be healing up from his surgery sooner than later. Will we see, Brother Nero come to Monday Night Raw? Some people are saying that, King Maxwell as well as Rebby Sky, maybe even Senor Benjamin showing up to sort of have almost like a little crew behind Hardy. It almost makes you wish that we had the members of the Wyatts to go along with Bray, but they're doing their Bludgeon Brother thing over on SmackDown, which I don't think there's anybody who's going to throw a fit, even though we've seen the Wyatts come together twice already, and besides for that big match they had against the Shield, and maybe some people who might like that matchup they had going up against John Cena for WrestleMania 30 and the Elimination Chamber and the other stuff, not really, got that excited about it. But I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to see, the Hardy Universe come together and have some sort of a bigger feud with the Wyatts and having somebody behind him. I'm not 100% sold on the Broken Universe coming to WWE yet. I understand the rumors that people want to see this happen because, Broken Matt Hardy was so big in TNA and now here he is in WWE and he's getting to do the gimmick that people fought so hard for. And it's almost like WWE doesn't really know what to do with it, or WWE just doesn't want to put the gas on it and make this thing happen. I would be really, really surprised if WWE lets Rebby Sky come in to the company. I know that it would be a big thing for the Hardys, that she was a big part of it. But, Rebby Sky, no matter if she was in the right, no matter if she was in the wrong, there's people who are going to see both sides of what was going on. What went down between Rebby Sky and Impact in the days where the Hardys were leaving the company and when the Hardys left and the Hardys were already in WWE, she kept on pushing the fight against them. And I understand that they wanted to have that gimmick and they wanted to bring it to WWE and they felt like they owned it. It's the way wrestling's always been. Vince, if you come to him with an idea for you to have a character and he pushes it and you leave the company, you might be able to be you. You might be able to use your name. You might be able to use your look. They can't take that away from you. But they own that gimmick. If you come out there and you wrestle as this guy and that's not your real name, he's going to own the trademark on it, and you can't take that with you. You have to find some sort of gimmicky way to mess your name up, to where you put a Z on the end of it or something like that, or you switch the first name and the last name around. People will still know who you are, but they can't, push you as that. And everyone in the world who's followed wrestling and sees guys come from TNA, go to WWE, go from WWE, go to TNA, should be able to understand that. There's few people out there that, have wrestled long enough that they had their name before they came to WWE, were able to take their name from WWE and go and wrestle somewhere else. So, to me, honestly, I think that she's the biggest liability in the whole thing, and I would be really surprised if she comes in. I'm not saying that I wouldn't love it if she did. To me, honestly, another big question mark is Jeff Hardy. For them to turn him into Brother Nero. I know that in TNA, they let him wrestle as Willow. They let him wrestle as Brother Nero, Jeff Hardy. Just about anything he wanted to do, they let him do. But for WWE, I mean, that's a huge gamble to have a huge star and have him come out there and wrestle as something else other than what you've got t-shirts and posters and calendars and all that money invested into. And now you want this guy to come out there and wrestle basically as a different gimmick, even if it is just basically painting his face up and call him in a different name. I think that's big, especially for the fact that people just want to see him show up and all of a sudden he's Brother Nero. I think you need to have that understanding that where Jeff Hardy comes back and he has to look at his brother and be like, well, what the heck's going on? I know I was gone for a while, but I come back and now you're this freaking crazy nut job. I think you need to explain that story. Maybe not have the Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy match, which a lot of people thought was crazy in TNA to see them go up against each other, because that didn't really work at WrestleMania 25. And to me, the match didn't really work in TNA, but they needed to have Matt beat Jeff to explain the story of Jeff coming into being a part of the Hardy universe. So we'll see what goes down. I'd be really surprised if, or at least I really hope, that Matt wins this, even though I always root for Bray to win because I really like that character and he never does. But it's a match I'm looking forward to. I can honestly tell you I don't have a lot of expectations for it, and maybe that's why I'm looking forward to it so much, but I'm really hoping this match blows it out of the water.